Segment 1: Brief History of the Bicentennial Quarter. Let's rewind to 1976. The United States was gearing up to celebrate its 200th birthday, its bicentennial, historic milestone in American history. To honor the occasion, the U.S. Mint released special commemorative coins, including the iconic Bicentennial Quarter, officially dated 1776 to 1976. Now here's the interesting part: there was never supposed to be a 1975 quarter. That's right. In 1975, the U.S. Mint skipped the date entirely for quarters. Instead, every single quarter minted in both 1975 and 1976 bore the dual date, 1776 to 1976, to mark the bicentennial. Segment 2: The error coins that changed everything. As with most coinage runs, errors happen. And in the case of the bicentennial quarters, some of these errors are not just rare, they're mind-blowingly valuable. We're talking about wrong planchet errors, double strikes, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and even coins struck on silver planchets intended for collectors but mistakenly released into circulation. But the Holy Grail? The stuff of legend? The unconfirmed but rumored 1975 bicentennial quarter struck with an actual 1975 date. While no such coin has been publicly verified or graded by major coin services, rumors and collector whispers keep the legend alive, driving interest and excitement around all high-value bicentennial errors. And here's where it gets even crazier. Some error bicentennial quarters have fetched as much as $79,000 to $98,000 at auction, depending on the error type and condition. A few elite specimens, those with both historical context and immaculate preservation, have reportedly traded hands for up to $150,000 in private deals. Segment: Top Valued Error Types to Watch For. So, what kinds of bicentennial quarter errors could make you rich? Here are the top ones to watch out for. 1. Wrong planchet error, silver or foreign coin blanks. Some bicentennial quarters were struck on 40% silver planchets meant only for collector sets, yet somehow, they slipped into general circulation. If your quarter looks unusually shiny or lighter than normal, you may have hit the jackpot. Value: up to $90,000 plus in pristine condition. 2. Double struck or off-center errors. These are visually striking. You'll notice designs repeating or parts of the image missing because the coin was struck twice or outside the normal die alignment. Value: anywhere from $2,000 to $15,000 plus based on the severity and rarity. 3. Clipped planchet error. This occurs when a blank was improperly cut from the metal sheet, resulting in a coin with a curved or missing edge. Combine this with a bicentennial strike, and collectors go wild. Value: typically $500 to $5,000 plus, but rare examples in mint condition can go much higher. Segment 4: How to spot and verify these rarities. Alright, so how do you know if you've got one of these unicorns? White heavy checkmark: check the weight. Regular clad quarters weigh 5.67 grams. Silver planchets weigh 5.75 grams. A small difference, huge implications. White heavy checkmark: inspect the date. All genuine bicentennial quarters say 1776 to 1976. If you find one dated 1975, stop everything, that's an anomaly worth professional evaluation. White heavy checkmark: look closely for mint marks and strike details. Coins struck at the San Francisco Mint, marked with an S, could be silver proofs. If it's not a proof but still silver, bam! You're looking at a major error. White heavy checkmark: use a magnifying glass or microscope. Search for die cracks, doubling in the lettering, and off-center strikes. Even subtle errors can add big value. Rarity, which can add thousands in value. Segment 5: 8 to 930 True Stories and Auctions That Made Headlines. Want some proof this isn't just hype? In a 2023 auction, a bicentennial quarter struck on a silver planchet in near-perfect condition sold for $93,000. Another error coin featuring a dramatic off-center strike and sharp detail went for $14,500. Private sales among high-end collectors have reportedly reached upwards of $150,000 for rare error variants with exceptional provenance or unique features. Section 1. The History of the Washington Quarter, brief. Let's rewind to the early 20th century. The Washington Quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington. It was intended as a one-year issue, but due to its popularity, it became the standard quarter design for decades. From 1932 to 1998, the coin carried the famous image of George Washington on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse. Now, fast forward to the 1990s, the U.S. Mint was preparing for big changes. The state quarters program was on the horizon, and the minting presses were constantly churning. Amid all this, a mistake slipped through in 1992, one that would turn an ordinary Denver minted quarter into a six-figure rarity. Section 2, the rare 1992 D quarter mint error. Most 1992 D Washington quarters are completely normal. Millions were produced at the Denver Mint, and they're still in circulation today. But a tiny handful were struck with something collectors now refer to as a proof reverse on a business strike planchet. In simpler terms, the coin has a reverse design that should only have been used for proof coins, but it ended up on a regular coin intended for general circulation. This mistake, known officially as the 1992 D close AM reverse, is one of the rarest and most valuable quarter errors ever discovered. Here's what happened. Proof coins are struck using specially polished dies and have design differences, like the spacing between the letters A and M in America on the reverse. On standard quarters, the A and M are clearly spaced apart. But on proof coins, those letters are much closer together, almost touching. Somehow, the Mint accidentally used a proof die when striking regular quarters in Denver in 1992. Only a handful of these error coins are known to exist, and every time one surfaces it sends shockwaves through the numismatic world. Moneybag Section 3, Value. $69,000 to $150,000 plus. So how much is this mistake actually worth? Let's break it down. Gemstone, a verified 1992 D quarter with the proof reverse, close AM, can fetch $69,000 for lightly circulated examples. $89,000 for well-preserved, graded coins. And up to $150,000 plus for high-grade, certified mint state examples in pristine condition. At major auctions, collectors have gone head-to-head, driving prices well into the six figures. Why? Because only a handful exist, possibly less than 10 confirmed examples. It's rarer than most gold coins, and far more mysterious. Brain fun fact, one collector bought a rare 1992 D close AM quarter for just a few dollars, and later sold it for nearly $90,000. Section 4, How to know if you have one. This is where it gets exciting because you can check your coins right now. Here's a simple guide. Magnifying glass tilted right L1. Look for the 1992 D date flipped through your quarters. You're looking for one dated 1992 with a D mint mark under, "In God We Trust," on the obverse. Magnifying glass tilted right 2. Flip it to the reverse side. Look closely at the word America. If the letters A and M are clearly separated, it's a regular quarter. If the A and M are almost touching, with barely any space, you might have the close AM error. Use a magnifying glass or zoom lens to compare. The difference is subtle, but collectors know what to look for. Magnifying glass tilted right 3. Check for where even a lightly worn example could be worth tens of thousands. But uncirculated examples, that's where you hit $150,000 territory. 4. Get it authenticated. If you think you found one, send it to PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service. NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company. A professional grading and certification can skyrocket the value. Section 5, Why it's so valuable. You might be wondering, why would someone pay six figures for a quarter? Here's why. White heavy checkmark ultra rarity. There may be fewer than 10 known 1992 D close AM quarters in existence. White heavy checkmark historical significance. It reflects a major minting blunder during a pivotal time in U.S. coin history. White heavy checkmark proof dies on circulation coins, a true oddity combining elements from two separate minting processes.